Okay, just getting the camera lined up here. Okay, let's call this again, this is Dan. I'm going to open this up. And you'll see I just bring it forward and I bring it forward and up and up. This is an up cutting, so unless there's a wire flat against the board, you should be okay. And from what I've seen in videos, there are no wires flat against the board, so the only hard part is this tar is making it harder to get in there. I'm going to head for that corner. Trying to make the thing big enough. It's only hard because it's the wrong hand. This metal is sharp. You might want to use gloves. This thing leaves a nice sharp edge, just like with cans at home. But it's kind of cool because you don't have to worry about catching anything. Okay. There it is. Going to my line. Hopefully this is all I need to cut. I can cut further back later. But you get like one chance to bend this up because it's going to bend and crease. All this black stuff's going to pop off probably. It's tar. It's noise dampening. I'm guessing. So the fuel sending unit should be right under here. I should have enough access to get it out. You can take a can opener and you can lift it up. And make sure the video's on so I can do it. Let me go look. My camera's kind of old. Okay, video still on? I'm going to take one of my lights and use it to look through the access port to make sure I'm not causing a problem here. Okay. Because it'll crease right here or here, and I want to make sure it creases up here further. That's a strong port. You can see there's two pieces of metal there, so I'm definitely not going to go past that. But I just want to make sure. Oh, that looks pretty good there. Yeah, it's going to be tight. I got it really. That hole is perfect almost. I had more space on this side. This is going to be close. Like I said, this is a cottage cheese lid. You can see I just went a little bit bigger than that. I went over and over and then came down. So let me check the bottom real quick. Okay, that should be good. I'm going to go down a little bit more because it's not going to hurt anything. It just makes it easier to get those fuel lines off. You see, this literally took less than 5 minutes to cut open with this opener. It's pretty damn funny. Can opener. Everybody jokes about open the car up like a can. Well, there you are. Mazda 66, open it up like a can. This is going to save $1,000 repair bill. And let's pry that puppy up. Let me get the lights back on for you so you see a little bit better. And the head things work good as a light holder. Okay. I don't have gloves on, but you probably should have gloves. There it is. Thing of beauty. It's just enough space. You can see this is strengthened here. I will lay down a license plate. I'll show you that. Or I may just go get some sheet metal. I'm going to bring this license plate down, fold it over, and use pop rivets to help hold it on. So bring it up, and this will go back down on top. And I'll just use a couple of pop rivets in that too. You can see, if you can see, there's nothing. Well, let me mark this. This is electrical, right? And I missed it because the clippers just barely go underneath the edge. Clippers, the tool, which I just promptly lost. Here it is. It barely goes underneath the edge and comes up. So you're upcutting right on the edge. Nice clean cut. You can flatten that out if you want to make it a little bit better. It is a little bit sharp, so be careful. I got full access there. If I look down, I'm a little tight here, so you need to go over to to the driver's side a little bit more, but I think I'll have plenty of room to wiggle it out. These are the clips. Supposedly you need pressure off of this. An idea. I'm going to look up on the YouTube how to do these clips. I think you push in from the sides and they pop off. That doesn't look ideal. I'm going to clean this up real good. This has just a thin layer of dust, road dust on it. And I don't even have to worry about that hole there because I can put that clip back in there. And probably the other hole back in there, or just put the license plate over it. This kind of proves that they're not too worried about the tank blowing up or anything. Because they have little rubber grommets here. In a bad enough accident, they would be popping out all over the place. How do I plan on doing it? Drilling holes and using little pop rivets. These might not be long enough, but they should. Yeah, they should work. Put the pop rivets in there. I just happen to have a pop rivet tool from about 25 years ago. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Hopefully it's the right adapters. I think this is the adapter here, and this is an adapter there for different sizes. I didn't even check that. Yeah, it seems to fit just fine. I haven't used this in years. Put it in there, and that will cause that thing to flare out. This might be too big of a pop rivet, but you can see it gets fatter. So I drill a small hole. This gets fatter and pulls back. These might be too long. I may have to go buy some smaller ones, but it will hold that top on there. There's going to be two pieces of metal, so it'll pinch it down. So it might work just fine. I should probably get smaller ones, and I probably do that. And how that works is you keep on tightening and tightening, and you can see it's coming back, the flare. So the trick is you got to use the right drill hole, and you hold it down. Hold it down, and eventually it will pop, just like that. And that will hold that metal down. And how to get these off? Well, you drill them out. So if this doesn't work or this goes bad again, you just drill out the pop rivets, pull off the access port, bend back the metal, and do the same thing over again. Pop rivets, and you're done. Simple tool. You can borrow this probably. These rivets will work. I don't remember what size these are. I bought them 20 years ago. I just happened to find them in my tool kit. I remembered seeing them once or twice. Got a good memory like that. If I see something somewhere, I look for it, and there it is. If nobody's touched it. 20 years later, it was in the toolbox in the bottom. It makes sense it'd be on the bottom. So anyway, there are some Phillips screws in here. I'm lucky I got this Phillips screw one. I just got to research how to get these clips off a little bit better. And I probably should lower the car, because right now I have the car up on a jack, and I'd rather have the front of the gas tank up a little bit and the back of it down, because there's 3/4 of the tank of gas in here. Another reason I decided to open it up like this. You can see this is going to be pretty dang simple. Pretty cool. Kind of ghetto, but pretty cool. Yeah, I got a little close here. So, that hole there, this access hole here, this is a 2002 Mazda, by the way, is this outside edge is almost exactly where you need to be. So I'll measure the distance over here and give that to you in just a second, so you can get a little bit better hole in mine. Never find a tape measure we won't. So stupid. There it is. Okay, so I went from that access hole 8 inches forward, straight across almost. You can go almost straight across that hole. I'd go maybe 1/4 inch over to the side. Make it big so you don't have to do it twice. This one, from the center of this access hole, I suggest you go all the way out to this outside hole I made. That's 4 inches straight out. So cut straight across here 4 inches, then come in. I went all the way down from the middle of the access hole, and I think this is plenty enough. It's 8.5 inches almost. It's basically right up to the flange almost. That would be better, right up to the flange. Gives you a little bit more wiggle room. These are kind of stiff. I don't know what they're made out of. They look like plastic. I sure hope they're tough. Otherwise I'll be having a big problem. Okay, so we'll get back to this. I might buy some sheet metal instead of using a license plate. Or put tabs in here with some pop rivets and just bend this back down and put a bead of silicone around it. I mean, tabs, I'd put a tab here probably, here, here. I'm going to use some pliers and bend that back down flat, bend this back down flat as I can so it lines up better. You can see it's pretty malleable. You can bend it just as easy as you want. And tabs will work too. It's just to hold this. The seat doesn't even sit here. I mean, if somebody kneeled on it, yeah, they could break something. But I doubt it. You could put strapping across here and here, and then put your pop rivets kind of close so it supports underneath. That's why I think the piece of metal underneath first and bend it over will help hold that up. And I think this is aluminum, so I might just go buy some metal just so I can do that. You can see that goes down really nicely. So definitely probably aluminum license plate. Okay, makes sense. They don't rust. Okay, here we are. Open the garage door when you do this. Turn on a fan. Take out all the screws. Pull the unit out. And put in your new replacement part that was like $25 and save you $1,000. There you go.